There is nothing like giving your camera screen a clean before starting a vlog. Oh my gosh. Morning. I am a little bit bleary-eyed today, but I don't feel it. I feel very, very chipper. I've got a very exciting day ahead. First of all, I'm starting the day with 2 press interviews for my forthcoming Fairfax and Favour launch. First one is with Country and Townhouse. And second is with You magazine as well. So we've got some really, really lovely interviews to be having this morning. And then I have a few hours spare to get myself prepped for a magazine shoot at my house tomorrow. I don't know if I can tell you about that one, but if I can, it's Marie Claire. And then we are heading down to London this evening for the launch of Space NK on Oxford Street. I wouldn't miss this for the world. There are people in this industry that are human sunshine, and Ginny, who is the driving force behind Space NK at the moment, is doing this and putting this on, and so I would not miss this moment for her for love nor money. And she's one of those people that at the times when it felt like my darkest times, she always showed me that there were still like really lovely people in this world, and I will be eternally grateful to her for that for the rest of my days, and I never won't mention it. And there are a few people that are like that in this industry, and that I will always move heaven and earth just to support and be there for, because one thing I've always said is that dark times acts like a sieve in your life, and it really shows like who are good people, not necessarily good. It really shows who are like the people that you would want in your world and the people that you necessarily wouldn't, or maybe just aren't right to be in your world. And I've had some difficult times, and whether that's just seeing a comment on Instagram or whether that is being treated differently, I don't know. It depends on the situation, but you often find out who the real ones are. And I have been so lucky to find out who so many incredible women are in this industry. And when I tell you, Ginny is one of them. She really is. I think anyone that's met her knows just what an incredible human she is, and what she has done with Space NK over the last, I think it's like 15 years or 20 years or something like that. She's just been amazing. And so I'm so looking forward to that. It's quite a glammy one as well. It's like mid-glam, she said. So I'm going like Lydia mid-glam. Anyway, I need to jump on this call. I am surrounded by my handbags at the moment, trying to decide which one to wear tonight. And that is, oh, my husband has called me. Why has he called me? I'm so sorry, my love. In 3 minutes, I'm jumping on an interview. Perfect. Oh yeah. You speak my language. All right then, okay, love you, bye. Has been phoning me about, I'm having some cloches made for my raised beds for next year, some pretty ones, and just discussing them outside, but I have to get on this call. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I do look really bleary-eyed. Panic, panic. No pressure, no pressure. I was getting really nervous. Hi.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. We're really excited for this opportunity to chat with you.
Oh my gosh, I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. You have no idea how much of a big fan I am, so I'm very, very excited. It's just limitless. The layering piece that I didn't know that I needed. I feel like you have to kiss a lot of frogs. I feel like that should be standard practice. Oh, I want them in every colour. I think about this a lot. Honestly, if I look as good as her when I'm her age, I will be over the moon. Her boots are incredible. Probably be sick of me talking about pyjamas because I always talk about them. These were like wearing a cloud. A true visionary, isn't he? I can't leave the house without a good handbag. I take my cardigan situation very seriously. Kindred spirit. We're British, so we need wellies. Very good question, very difficult question, because where are we going? Oh my God, this is so much fun. Okay, that is first interview done. I now have a 15-minute break and then I'm going to jump on to the next interview, which is just, that was so lovely. Honestly, there is nothing nicer. Also, I've got the contents of my bag because I gave Charlie from Country and Townhouse a view of what was in my horse riding bag, but put it all back in. Yeah, it's just such a lovely thing when you you're almost on a call with a kindred spirit. It's just so nice. So next is You magazine, and then I can sort of set about getting myself ready for this evening's event. And as I said, I can't spend too long down in London because tomorrow morning there's a magazine shoot here, and so I need to look good. There's going to be no glasses of wine to be had, unfortunately. It really is going to be a go, experience, hug, and just hopefully make it back in time for bedtime because I'm such a tired possum all the time.
Hello.
Hi Hannah.
How old you are and where you're from. Obviously the internet says varying things, I just wanted to check.
Yes. So I'm 37. I was 37 in April, and I was born and grew up in Rickmansworth. If you were to ask people that knew me before I did this, they would probably say that it makes perfect sense why you ended up in this job. I remember phoning my dad, being like, Dad, I'm gonna leave my job. One of the OGs, but I was the back end of the conga. Genuinely mean it when I say that I hope I'm doing this when I'm like 70 years old.
And when did you start working with Fairfax and Favour? How many years in the making has this collaboration been?
Well, I've been working with them for years, but the collaboration has been in the works for nearly 2 years, and it's so cool because they allowed me to be really open about that from the beginning. So it really has been a story that's evolved, and everyone that follows me has been able to see that I've been in those design meetings at every stage, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's heading to Norfolk to the offices, whether it's down in London where we can just fit those design meetings in. And we did that because we really wanted to show my input and how involved I've been in this entire collection from the word go, because I think it's important. It's very easy to put your name to something, but to actually put in the work, it's really important to me. So I hope when they're out there in the world, people will be able to see that as well. And so I wanted these bags to almost pay homage to that. And the girls like me who love living in the countryside, but also love fashion. And sometimes they might find themselves running across London to a dinner or heading to a fancy event or party, and these being the perfect companions for those women as well. And that you'd see them on a wonderful person on the tube, or you'll see them in the countryside as well. Now that I'm like sitting here looking at them, I'm just so excited for them to be out there. Okay, we are ready to go. I almost feel like I need to change the earrings and go for something a bit spandangly, but I don't have time to change my mind. So I'm going to be wearing my bag from Fairfax and Favour, and I'm wearing shoes that match, and I'm wearing this dress because I feel like this is just a good one, a good easy dress to wear that's kind of glam but also still very elevated. I love this. Right, we're going to jump in the car. I'm going to go meet Carrie. We're going to head to the Space NK opening on Oxford Street. I am so excited for this. Honestly, you don't need the posh car for me. This is lovely.
Should I go left or right?
You need to go right. Left, sorry. Left. Sorry, I don't know my left from my right.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, we're only going to Milton Keynes train station.
No. Well, are you going to London or?
I am, yes.
Wow, is this for an event?
Yes, it is. Do you know the shop, Space NK?
Yeah.
So they're opening on Oxford Street.
Wow.
So it's their big store opening, and I was so lucky to be invited. So I've put the best dress on.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you could have brought the posh car for me.
Oh, you did. Yeah. You deserve yourself some number, innit?
No, honestly, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Oh, Skoda.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. There he is. Thank you so much, Brett. Nice to meet you, Amy. Thank you so much.
Lydia Millen, take one.
Hi Mary Claire, I'm Lydia Millen. So I would probably describe my career as a content creator of over 15 years, but I'm also an author because I wrote the book Evergreen, and it's probably my most proud achievement to date. Such a personal thing, and like, everyone's bodies are so different, but these are the best ones that I found that like high waist.
Yeah. Lovely. So let's dive in to more wardrobe pieces.
Okay.
How much of your wardrobe do you think you wear regularly? Like, in terms of like percentage?
That's a very confronting question. I think it's actually something that I think about quite a lot though. I would say that I want to start getting a lot better wear out of the things in my wardrobe, and so I actually now look at maybe an item that I haven't worn and I try to create more outfits from it. So it's definitely a work in progress. Oh. Sound effects on. This belonged to my grandpa.
Like, do you still like feel really privileged to have like what you have? Like, is it still? Do you ever still have those moments where you're like, oh my gosh?
I don't think that there is an evening that I go to bed where me and my husband don't lay in bed and just say to each other, oh my gosh, like, can you believe that we're here just from our mattress on our bed? That's the comfiest thing I've ever slept on, and I feel so lucky. So when I come up here, my mind blows, and I think that that's something that's really important to me because I didn't grow up with this. This has been something that I have dreamed of for so long, and in fact when we first moved to this house, planning this space just didn't feel real. So I promise you, every single day I started just sitting here and I'm like, gosh, I can't believe it's mine. How did I ever get my foot in that? It's just not happening. It's like Cinderella.
We're rolling it right?
If I go in the shower, would I be in the way?
I wouldn't have any, sorry.
That's alright, no worries, I just wanted
I think,
to
Just asking the question.
Just in case.
So this bathroom has been a bit of a labour of love. When we moved in, it was very, very cold and very, very grey. And so injecting a bit of warmth into here was really like the mission. So I'm in my soft skin era. I definitely have, and I think that this is a bit of an icon. So, I'm half Italian. So as we move into the colder months, as my tan fades, I get that sort of like sallow skin.
If you want to, if she opens her fridge, how
Yeah,
are you going to be able to see
So I could go.
Am I going to be
As long as you don't mind. Okay, come over here. I'll be this way.
Did you want to start this way, or do you want to...
That's actually quite a nice shot anyway.
Yeah, that is actually nice.
And
Maybe,
then I
maybe
have to
this
switch
one,
around.
is that going to get in the way?
Max, can you switch that one off for a sec?
Yeah, this
Just
is
want to see what
off,
it's doing. And then on.
and that's on at 30%.
Can you switch it on to 50?
Dialing up. I feel like is it actually testing?
I don't know.
I don't
Switch it on and off.
even know that's...
I've had to put my stamp on it and just make it feel a little bit more lived in and softer. Probably Carnage, but I like different teas. And so just a good Earl Grey with some full fat milk, that is comfort in a cup. This is not a favourite, but it's a good one for the price and easy to buy locally. But I've got a good collection of wine downstairs that I keep for special occasions. When I tell you that this is the best thing I have ever made, and it's so easy to do, it's sort of really good if you don't have a big sweet tooth, but you still want something that's a bit sweet. So it's like, I'm not good with jam. Jam's a bit too sweet for me. This is like a happy medium and so good. A little bit of salt on top, of sourdough, perfect. I'm pointing my courgette at you. It's really lovely in the evenings to have the fire on, a good glass of wine, cheese and your own chutney. These are my big ones. My best piece of advice would be
Yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's good. Oh, yeah, Max, did a great job.
Three eggs. Look at you with your tan lines.
I know, I didn't realise that when we were sat down. I was like, up to the neck. It's the worst thing to have because I like wearing Bardo dresses. Is that right, boys? You like wearing Bardo dresses, don't you, Porty?
Happy Saturday, everyone. I am looking very, very barefaced, bleary-eyed, all of that stuff. You don't care, neither do I. But that was a whirlwind end to the week, I have to be honest. Space NK, the new store, is absolutely phenomenal. I'm just so proud of what they've achieved. They've just absolutely just created the coolest space and such a beauty destination. It was just wonderful being able to go down and see it all coming together. And then the next day, oh my gosh, the next day I was filming with none other than Marie Claire. Who'd have thunk it? Not me, that's for sure. It was just totally and utterly surreal, and what an incredible team. Like, they were so efficient, like so good. And what I really love when I'm like filming for someone else, like filming for another sort of publication or whatever, I really love it when it's like more of a conversational piece. When I kind of take over as like their presenter, I don't know. You know how I did the Foggy Mornings with Lily Pebbles? I really enjoyed that. I think that format is so nice. And there was like quite a bit of that in this Marie Claire shoot. It was so lovely. And the questions were really good. And I just got to talk about lots of different things and it was really lovely. I feel like I look like an egg today and I know you don't care. But this is horse mum life because I have been up since 7 o'clock. I was at the stables to give Atlas breakfast, ride, and then he had his mane pulled, which is something that I hadn't done before. Do you know what it is? This is all so new to me and everyone has just been so kind and patient, and I really just wanted to get him like as settled as possible. And what I think that I'm realizing and what everyone tells me is that like it takes a while to get all your ducks in a row, and I don't think you ever really feel like you've got all your ducks in a row. He doesn't like too much faff. That's what I've realized. He's like, doesn't love faff, but if you give him a big pile of haylage, He'll let you faff him, okay? He will. Like next weekend is his 2-weekly bath day and he'll let me do what I want as long as he's got haylage. And I just didn't want to faff him too much when it came to like all of those kinds of things. But now that I'm finding my rhythm with things, it's just so much easier for me to fit in all of the other bits around. And he's looking really lovely, and his cut is looking so much better. It's not even a cut, the skin is not cut, it's like a graze. And that was the thing that was so weird. Like even when the vet cleaned it, all of the scab off, like he just took the whole scab off, cleaned it, it was like pink skin. So that was a huge relief for me. It wasn't like a gash or anything like that, and it is healing. But this aluminium spray, it seems to be doing wonders. So fingers crossed that that is the end of that. And now he looks so smart with his freshly pulled mane. We snipped his tail, and he also had a bridle path like popped on his head as well, which he'd obviously had before because it was a bit shorter. And Chloe, one of the girls at one of the livery girls, she helped me do it, and she was just so good. And he even let me brush his face, which Atlas doesn't like anything on his face too much. He likes the feel of it. He loves being like brushed. He loves how it feels. He doesn't like seeing the brush. And so I was trying to give him like, look over here, and then it's just so funny because when I bathe him, he goes all white and then his face is still like a dusty, crusty face. But I think we're making headway. That's the good thing. I'm doing their dinners tonight, but I wanted to show you something in this video. Now I know handbag chat is a big thing at the moment, not just because I sold all of my Hermes bags. And then I'm also talking about my Fairfax and Favour collaboration in videos. But shopping for pre-loved handbags is something that I'm really enjoying, and it's almost like guilt-free shopping when it comes to handbags. And it's meaning that I'm like finding handbags that I use in different ways. And whilst I think, famous last words, I definitely still think that there are a few little handbags here and there that I could add into my collection. I know we've spoken about that, but this one feels like I've replaced the vintage Kelly pochette, which in all honesty was one of those bags that really, that was one of the toughest ones to say goodbye to, because that felt like the best of Hermes in my opinion. Like it was vintage, it was beautiful, it was different, it was old, you weren't precious about it. That was one of those bags that really felt like that was the hardest one for me to let go, because it was so difficult to replace. However, I found a bag on eBay for like 260 quid and I bought it, and everyone that has seen this bag is like, oh yeah, I really like it. And this is the literal definition of like someone else's trash is another man's treasure, because this was like a in poor condition, needs to be like zhuzhed up, like really this person was like, I'm just getting rid of it because it's had its best day. And to me, this is exactly what I wanted. So it is another Mulberry, and I think that this is possibly the best one that I bought. The initial Mulberry that I bought when I sold all of my bags, I was trying to get the newest bag, and in all honesty, I wish I'd bought it used. But this one was, oh, so perfect. Everyone that's seen it is so in love with it, and it's the perfect size for me. But this is a chocolate brown, battered and bruised Bayswater satchel. Like it's all scuffed. The leather is completely like soft and supple. There's scuffs. Everything is just, it smells like it's been in someone's attic forever. And this is like the ultimate handbag to me, because I don't have to be precious about it. I can hit it against things and I don't mind. I could use this for absolutely everything, and it just is going to get better and better and better and better. And I needed a chocolate bag. I needed a chocolate bag to replace the pochette, and this is the one. And I love it so much. Now you can find lots of like the bigger Mulberry Bayswaters. I know that most people prefer the bigger original Mulberry Bayswater. For me, the size is like, that to me is like a holdall bag for like workwear. This to me is like the cute girlies everyday bag, in my opinion. and I love her. I absolutely love her, and what an absolute find. It was funny, I like offered a few prices and I was like, Lydia, stop it, you're gonna lose it, just buy it now. So I did, because they turned down all of my offers. Anyway, that is the newest addition, and in all honesty, this with my barber, like, sorry, this is just adorable. She's adorable. She is adorable. Anyway, I've just taken a loaf out of the oven and I'm gonna get myself ready to head to the stables so that I can do the boys' feeds and haylage for the evening. And that's all I've got to say about that. Good evening, everyone. I have had a royal Saturday of not really doing a lot other than being at the stables with the horses, and I'm getting into bed. And I'm so happy about it. I'm wearing a new pair of pajamas, by the way. I bought these pajamas, hold on, let me bring you up to speed. I bought these pajamas from a place called Sleepy Dough. Have you ever heard of someone that spends £400 on pajamas? I'm not saying that's a flex, but I love pajamas, okay? And I love these pajamas so much. So these are like a sort of ditzy blue and white print. Look at that. I bought the same pair of pajamas for my friend who's having surgery soon. I would actually say I love these. I wish I'd probably taken them in a size up, but they have like a waffle pajama, which I bought as well. And I sound so shocked by that, but I did. I bought them and they are so comfortable. I cannot put into words how comfortable these pajamas are. Like, you know when you have like the loosest waistband ever and it feels like you're wearing a cloud? That's what their waffle pajamas are like. Anyway, that's not why I came on here to tell you, but I am very happy that I have new pajamas. Just as a heads up. I came here to tell you that I cannot believe that I have missed telling you about this, but a few weeks ago, my whole life changed. For the better. So, we did our normal thing. We went to bed and we got into bed, and obviously we know that this is Lumi's bedroom and she just lets us sleep in it. And at the beginning, is it the beginning of the year, or was it like, no, I think it was like 2 years ago, she also decided to let the dogs sleep in here as well. So the dogs used to sleep in the kitchen, now we're all in here just snuggled as a family, and it's really lovely. The dogs have their own bed. And then one day Ali walked in and picked up both of the dogs and put them on the bed. And he has done that a few times, and then he's like, right, dogs down now. I'm like, okay, fine. This time, he never said, put the dogs down. And the dogs just kind of curled up and went to sleep, and Lumi just kind of curled up and went to sleep. And I did not breathe that entire night in case it woke Ali up and he realised that the dogs were still in the bed. I was like this, just basking in the glory of the fact that I could smell cheesy sausage dogs in the bed all night. Anyway, fast forward to today. We now have a day of the week which is called sausages in the bed day or night. Sausages, no, puppies, I can't remember the name. It's new. Puppies in the bed night. And what that is the night before our bed sheets get changed, the dogs are allowed to sleep in the bed. And in all honesty, only one of the dogs sleeps in the bed. Barkley is there for literally all of about 10 minutes, and then he's like, guys, I've had enough. You're all too much for me. He jumps out and he gets back into his bed and he's happy as Larry. But Porter curls up like a little cat. He doesn't move all night. He is so happy, just him and Lumi sleep like logs. And I cannot tell you how much it makes me really happy. So now every night Porter walks in and he's like, is it puppies in the bed night tonight? And I'm like, sorry Porty, it is not puppies in the bed night tonight, but I'll let you know when it is. Anyway, I have just washed my face, although I did not put a scrap of makeup on today, I don't know whether you noticed. And I have cleansed and done one moisturizer, and now I'm going to do one of my LED light therapy masks. And I recently worked on the Shark one. You'll know I've worked on the Foreo FAQ as well, but I recently worked on this one, and I wouldn't normally work on two devices that generally do the same thing. However, people that are on my vlogs will know, and by the way, this isn't sponsored, this isn't anything to do with any of them, but anyone that knows and has watched my videos, you'll know that often when I get up in the morning, I ice my face. Well, the shark mask is very different in its design, first and foremost, but the feature that made me super interested in this from the get-go was the fact that it has this cryo glow feature right under the eyes, which is where I need it anyway. And whilst this, I would say, is more of like a, it's not as multi-functional. Like this, I feel like I can put on and I can conquer the world. Even though this is completely cordless in that it's not attached to the wall, it does have this thing, and this is more rigid, it's a bit heavier. So I'd say that this for me is one that I sort of sit on the chair in my dressing room and I put it on and I'll do an 8-minute session with this. And the cryo glow, I think they call it the insta chill technology or something like that, but it's like the cryo element of it is perfect for in the morning, whereas I always generally use this one at night. But if I've done a certain type of skincare at night, this one seems to be working for me in the morning. But what I would say with LED masks, and this is something that I'm definitely like experiencing, is everyone will have like different focuses for their mask and different needs. And so it's really about researching the mask that works for you. For me, this is a really great morning mask for me personally. When I want to depuff, when I want to tackle like my blemishes and that kind of thing, when I want to add a little bit more glow, what have you, but maybe I've got a little bit more extra time and I can lay back, relax, read my book, what have you. This is like my time pour one, or my before bed, where I'm like, oh, I've not done this in a while maybe. I will pop this on before bed and, or whilst I'm doing something, and pop it on for a facial treatment. What I would say is, before I had an LED mask, I genuinely didn't believe, I just thought it was a gimmick. In all honesty, I thought it was a huge gimmick. And then you use it once or twice and you're like, hold on a minute, this can't be happening. This isn't what's, no. Because there's a few things I've changed recently. I've introduced a really like good gut support fermented supplement, which I instantly started noticing. It's had a really positive impact on my perioral dermatitis and my skin in general, but in terms of tackling the blemishes, with one use of an LED mask on their oil balancing or acne prone skin setting, it tackles my blemishes. And so all I would say, look at the attributes of the mask that works for you, or that you think would work for you, see how it would fit in, and I guarantee it will be something that completely transforms your skincare. I was a non-believer. I was a non-believer, and now I am a full-on believer. And like the moment that you do it, you're like, this is now part of my skincare routine. It's nuts. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna use the cryo glow because I'm gonna use that in the morning. But what I'm going to do is do an oil balancing treatment on my skin, and then I'm going to put the rest of my skincare on and go to bed, because it's 10:30 and I've had a great day of just doing horsey stuff, to be honest. I was like a full-on horse mum today. I've been researching things for him as well, and supplements that I want to introduce, and I've ordered a few bits that I think will be good for him, and like I think he needs some gut support too. So I'm gonna, yeah, I've ordered some bits. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because, you know, I'm tired.